We're here in Mountain View Cemetery in Piedmont, California, to visit the final resting place of the Black Dahlia, also known as Elizabeth Short. If you're unfamiliar with who Elizabeth Short was, the Black Dahlia, she was an up-and-coming actress, 22 years old. She moved to Los Angeles, to mingle with the elites, try to get her foot in the door to get her career started. So she worked different odd and end jobs. She had very dark hair, very light skinned, which is kind of how she became dubbed the Black Dahlia. Very pretty. Now, her case, she would die or she would be found dead 1947. And her case is still one of the most bizarre and unsolved cases in America. She was last seen at the Biltmore Hotel. Don't know if she was staying there. Don't think she was living there. Don't even know if she was there to meet someone. She was just last seen there. She was seen on the phone, and then she was gone. She would later be found by a lady kind of in this field-looking area that is now a neighborhood. And the lady would think it was a mannequin, like a department store mannequin. Upon further inspection, she realized it wasn't a mannequin. And Elizabeth Short would be found sawed in half at the waist, all of the blood drained out of her, and she would have the cuts, like the Joker cuts, on both sides of her face. Nobody knows who did it. Like I said, it's still unsolved. And we actually did a longer two-part video that you can go and check out, where we actually do all of her history on part one, from her upbringing all the way to the day of her disappearance. And then part two, we actually stayed at the Biltmore and investigated the Biltmore, because people have claimed that they've seen Elizabeth Short around the Biltmore. Even though it's not confirmed that she was even killed there, she was just last seen there. We don't know if we didn't find Elizabeth Short. We did find a little girl ghost spirit that liked to play hide and go seek, and she actually does that with us. You can see her in the video. So if you'd like to check that out, that's part two of our Biltmore Hotel investigation. So go check that out. Here she is. Daughter Elizabeth Short, even got the ES, July 29th, 1924 to January 15th, 1947. And she is. Rest in peace, Black Dahlia. Gone too soon. So despite all the media coverage that the Black Dahlia would receive after her body was found, her memorial service here in the Piedmont, Oakland area where she's buried wasn't a big thing. Like, it said that the only people that attended her funeral was her mother, her sister, her brother-in-law, and then two men that were dressed in trench coats, possibly news media guys or even detectives. But you would think that with the coverage she got after her passing, that this place would have been filled with either admirers or other people that knew her or just people like you and me that, just want to come show respect, especially if you'd been following her career or anything, but it wasn't. It was a lonely funeral. So the hill that we're standing on for Elizabeth's resting place is not as well maintained as some of the rest of the area. Like if you can see across over here, the grass is nicely cut, even way in the distance, manicured. Here, not so much. And even here, like this one below her, that's covered in dirt. You got ones that are kind of shifted, they're tilted down, like this one above her. The reason these are shifted and kind of coming out is from all the earthquakes.
I imagine they can't really.
Oh, I mean, it'd probably be hard, yeah.
Cut grass here because this. I almost fell up there a minute ago.
In case you didn't hear Renee, she almost fell right up there. But yeah, this would be a hard area to maintain. I mean, but looks like they might do a little something, maybe a little weed eating, but it just doesn't look as trimmed up as the rest of the property, is what I was trying to say.
If I would have fell, I would have come rolling down this hill.
Yep. Well, that does it for this video. Short and sweet. Not every video's got to be 45 minutes to an hour. But if you would like a little more in depth, like I said before, check out our part 1 and part 2 videos on the Black Dahlia. First one's going to give you all the backstory and history. Second one's our haunted investigation of the Biltmore Hotel where she was last seen. So go check that out. And if you have checked that out and you enjoyed it, leave us a comment. Until next time, catch you down the road at the next exit. And even though Renee doesn't have a mic on, she's going to tell you to keep it spooky. And I'm going to say later.